Well, hello and welcome. Right. So, hope everyone else is excited for the warm weather that's coming next week. Okay. So, in the previous show episodes, we have been going through the Fitness Training 101. So if you have missed any of those, definitely go back and rewatch those. They're within the module. I've been dropping those in as they have gotten prepared. So you can go back at any time and rewatch those. There's also resources in there for you, so definitely check those out. And there is a chat. So if you do have any questions or would like to know any more information about and anything we talk about here in the program, or you have other questions about other topics you would like to see covered, definitely put those in the chat there, and I'd be happy to include those on the next future live videos that we do here. So today we're going to talk about basic recovery principles. I'm just going to make sure everything is turned on and up. Okay, we look good. All right. Okay. So the importance of rest days. So it's great that we're up and going and okay. It's great that we are up and going and doing our workouts, but let's talk about rest days and how important that is, especially as we get older. We're not able to recover as quickly as we did when we were younger. So we definitely need to be more conscious of that as we start to age. And there's various aspects of recovery. There's, of course, the physical recovery from the workout itself, but also the mental aspect. And different types of workouts will take different types of tolls on the body. So you also have to think about what's going on in the entire life. What other stressors that you have that can contribute to you being able to recover from your training. And sometimes you need a little bit more recovery and sleep, and that's okay. And also just being okay with where you're at right now and being okay with the fact that you're going to have some weeks, maybe even longer than that, months that you are just feeling like you need more recovery. And there can be a lot going on behind that. Usually it's, driven by whatever's going on in your life and being accepting of that and knowing that you will get back to pursuing those goals that you have, but making sure that you are taking that time to take care of yourself. Because if you burn out, it takes that much longer to get back to yourself, and you can end up being very sick if we go too hard and never take a day off. And I need to take my own advice, right? So we have muscle repair and growth. This is what happens when we actually rest. So your muscles repair and grow, not when you're in the gym lifting weights, but when you're actually sleeping, eating, hanging out, walking, recovering. So it's all of that other time spent outside of the gym where you're actually able to recuperate from what you did to yourself in the gym. And then, of course, rest days, like I was talking about, depend on your ability to recover. So, your number one source of recovery is going to be your sleep. It is so vital for your ability to be able to recover from anything you do in your life, let alone from any type of training activity that you're doing. Especially if it's new to you, you're gonna need more than less. Okay. So what was working before you started your exercise journey, you're going to need more sleep now that you have started this because your body is under a new stress. It's going to need all of that time to flush everything out and to recover from that activity. And this happens during sleep primarily. So it's very critical to recovery. It's very important for hormone regulation, muscle repair, super helpful and vital to your mental health. If you've ever noticed how you are when you haven't slept well, even for just one night, let alone longer than that, it really takes a toll on your mental health. It is vital for our mental well-being that we get enough sleep. And it's going to boost your metabolism. I actually did a video not too long ago that I titled it Sleep Your Way Thin, sleep the weight off. And it's been a huge hit because of that title. Like, oh, you just sleep and you can sleep the weight off. But it's kind of true because if you aren't sleeping enough, you're going to be more hungry. You're going to be craving carbs. Your body's going to be under stress. You're going to be having higher cortisol levels. And these will all contribute to weight gain and weight retention, which is the opposite of what most of us are trying to do. So, getting more sleep will help to boost your metabolism and help it to be a lot easier for you to burn off that body fat while you're building the muscle and improving your body composition. So, some active recovery techniques. So, just because we're taking a day off the gym doesn't necessarily mean that we want to do nothing and lay around the house all day. It's actually very beneficial to continue to do movement and do active recovery that will help to increase blood flow, increase lymphatic drainage, which is, runs parallel to your vascular system, is very important for your immune function and for fluid exchange and making sure you're getting rid of waste materials from your entire body. So, doing things like walking is very beneficial, yoga, any type of yoga, even if it's very gentle yoga, it still counts. Foam rolling is really great, and using like a massage ball to get in there in those knotted areas. And what that helps when you do like those pressure point areas and you push on them and then release, it actually will flood in some new nutrition and blood flow and oxygen will help to repair that area a lot faster. So increasing circulation, it's like it's taking the garbage out. Okay. So if it just sits there, it's going to fester, right? So if we move it along, you're able to get that garbage out, bring the fresh groceries and the nutrition in. Stretching is very beneficial as well. Same kind of concept, helps with range of motion. Massage is fantastic. And if you haven't seen Jessica Hewsome over at Touch of Harmony Massage, there's a plug for her. She's wonderful. She's great at the massage. A sauna is really beneficial too. And even cold therapy. So alternating either of those. We actually just got our sauna here, a little portable one, and I'm not as good about using it every night like I was there for the first week, but it's really, really beneficial to get into those extreme temperatures. And this is, of course, if you're medically able to do so. Some people it may not be medically indicated. So if you have things like high blood pressure or anything like that, you need to make sure that we clear that first before we start jumping into ice baths or anything. But the sauna is great because it, raises your body temperature. But what happens is when you get out, your core body temperature will actually drop in response to that. And it's good to expose our body to these things because honestly, we were made to do that. And it kind of retrains our nervous system. We have a lot of input throughout, our lives, a lot of stressors that have been disconnected from the physical aspects. So it's a lot of mental stressors without the physical input, and they've been, disconnected. So bringing those back together and having the body go, oh, this is what this feels like. It kind of like resets the system where it's like, okay, this is what stressful is. It gives you that whole other level. It's like if you push yourself really hard in the gym and if you've never really done that, or if you have a coach who's standing over you and really pushing you, you've never gone that far before, then you're like, oh, this is what it feels like. This is what hard is. And I think that's where, like when I was running a lot, marathon runners and long distance runners, I got a girlfriend who she's obsessed with long distance running, maybe even to her detriment, but she loves it so much. She wouldn't take it away from her. But it's that whole other level of I can handle so much more than I realize. And the body will also recognize that as well. And it actually will help you to handle life stressors better because your tolerance is different. So cold therapy can be great too. So the same kind of concept with the cold therapy. Initially everything constricts, like your blood vessels will constrict. You get very cold, but then when you get out, you actually have this rush of blood to the surface. And that's what we do with hot and cold therapy. When we alternate that, what we're trying to do aside from just numb the pain and help with the pain control, is we're actually trying to stimulate blood flow, and especially in areas that, if they're injured and they really can't tolerate a lot of movement to improve the blood flow, we can use heat and ice to stimulate that blood flow. Again, the garbage gets out and the groceries get in. So we get that nutrition in there. Okay. So I'm actually going to stop here because we're going to put it all together, and I want to do that in the next session. It won't be next week. I will be out of town, but the week after that, we will finish up with this section. The one after that, I'm thinking about doing gut 101, really diving into how important your gut is and things that we can do to support gut health that everyone should know about. So that will be our next section. Again, if there are any questions or other topics you guys would like to hear more about, I am always looking for more ideas and ways that I can help you to be healthier and live your best life. So all right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Take care.